All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So today's agent icon is going to be on, or today's Tipsy Thursday, sorry, is going to be on agent icon. So the first thing I wanted to do, should we review what we did last week first? So last week we did the CRM. Did anybody have any questions, any success stories, anything they wanted to share?
I'll say that I have not, in full honesty, I wasn't at that one, but I started watching it and I did dig into it a little bit more, so I can definitely see where I can make that work as a CRM that's pretty close to some other robust CRMs that I've used in the past. So haven't gotten all the way in, but I'm on my way, and I think it's going to work just great.
Okay, awesome. Anybody else want to share?
After the meeting, I was able to get in and I kind of started to play around a bit, inputted some of my client data, and I even set up a couple of those little emails, and I had one go out for the 4th.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
Nobody said anything to me that they got it or didn't get it, but I made it so where I received one also.
Okay.
So I know it went out
Yeah.
and it was cute. So I don't know.
I don't think we reviewed how to see who opened it. Maybe that can be another Tipsy Thursday. So
that'll be like the advanced version of it, where we
Yeah.
dive into all the way through. I'm going to commend most just doing it in the first place is the most important thing. But on top of that, it's how you're consistent with it that's going to make the difference in everything. The consistency is what will win.
Definitely. And then the system will actually let you know who opened it, I think what time, and if they opened it more than once. So definitely something that we can add on to our agenda. But today we're here to talk about agent icon. So has everybody heard of agent icon? Does anybody not know what it is? Getting a lot of silence. Okay, so.
Yes, I know what it is. And matter of fact, I used one of the previous images on a Facebook post this morning.
Perfect. So there's a lot of different features that Agent Icon offers. It's ultimately a tool to help you manage your social media and make that easier for you. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is grabbing those social media images that you can market your just listed, your open houses, if you want to do pending, etc. So if everybody wants to take a moment and just make sure that you save agent icon on your phone. So I have the text number and the email there. Go ahead and just save it as a contact. So you always have that handy. And then I will do a live demonstration on how that actually works if you haven't already tried it. So I see Nick's done it.
Can you see it up
Yes,
there? Like this is what I've had saved from the beginning.
Yes.
So I get the emails from them. We can get the texts from them with the pictures of the daily.
No.
So it's two different things. This one, so you know those social media images that say just listed with the picture of the house. This is how you would go about getting one of those images. So it is a different email than the one that you receive every day. So something to note that I think that one's like, I can't remember, but this one is specific to PMC, and it's pmc@myagenticon.com. So super handy to have that saved as a contact. And I'm going to go ahead and see.
So the one we get in the mornings comes from posts@agenticon.com. So that's a little different than the one that we just put up. That's the one, and it has a little hand, like an emoji that says, hey, look down. That's for your post for social media for the day. What that number is that we're going to cover, I think right now, Laundra, right? Is what you can use to get ads.
I am going to go ahead and share my screen again. I'm going to do messages. So I have an iMac, so I can do text messages from my computer. So this is what that text message looks like. As you can see, I have them saved as a contact already. I'm going to go ahead and send them a picture. So you'll see that in a second. So just grab this online, and within a couple of
It's a good looking
seconds,
house.
sorry, what was that?
That's a good looking house. I'd like to go see it.
Yeah, I have no idea where it's at, but I've seen it a lot in marketing across like real estate. So I think it just sent, and within a couple of seconds, I'm going to get a link back that looks similar to this. It says your custom images are ready, and if you guys can see, I just received that text message. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to bring me up to a page. And let's see if I can show that. So now, does everybody see my screen okay? So you'll see that they've used that image I text them, and they've entered it into all these different layouts. So we have, I think, close to over 200, I believe, and they have just listed, just sold. So there's a lot of different variety on here. And I mean, I can keep scrolling forever. So we have a coming soon, contract accepted. And then we have this kind of like a Polaroid. We have some,
You're
I
going
love
pretty
this.
quick. Can you scroll up a little bit
Sorry.
to the ones that have the big PMZ logo? Right about there.
Okay. So we do have some that have the PMZ logo, and then some that don't. So whatever you prefer to use, it's on there for you.
What I was going to say is I've seen this a lot from some of our agents have been using this very effectively. And social media to me is half of it is how social can you be, not just how cool can your posts look. How cool would it be when a contract's accepted if you have your clients stand in front of the house, like you take a picture when you're writing an offer, that the moment it's accepted, you text that picture to Agent Icon and then text it to your clients when you get the acceptance, instead of calling and saying, hey, I have great news. How cool would it be if you sent them a picture that said your contract's accepted with them in front of the house, and they're going to post it to social media for you?
Yeah, that's a really great idea. And you can definitely get super creative with these. I think towards the bottom, and I'll scroll down slowly, we have some that say like favorite clients, I believe. So I personally love this coming soon. It gives it like a teaser.
Alondra,
Yes.
I don't see what you're talking about on my screen. This is Ramona.
Okay, you're not seeing the screen share?
Oh, no, I'm seeing the Zoom phone is expanding your reach, and then streamline global calling in 40 plus countries and territories.
Are you on your cell phone?
Oh, no, I'm on my laptop.
I think you might have to change the window. See if you're on a different window, because do you have the Zoom app downloaded on your computer?
Mm-hmm.
You do. I would see if there's another window open. It might either be a window for your internet browser, or like another tab, or just a completely different program if you have it downloaded.
No, I click on that on the Zoom icon, and I see myself.
It could be a different view as well. Do you see any of the other videos or anybody else's face as far as part of the call?
Ramona, in the upper right, do you have a button that says view?
Oh gosh. No, I just see now. I see you guys at the bottom with what I did, and then I see the get in the guest list. Just carry on. I'll just kind of
There should be a different view. I think if you look on the side, there might be like a grid or photos that you can click on the side, and then that would change the view of the of what you're looking for.
Okay, just carry on.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep scrolling down, just showing you all the different templates that we have. We have some that are local. So this one's like live local, love, support local businesses. And this is the one I was referring to that has hashtag best client ever that you can use on your social media as well. Are there any questions so far? No.
Great
Nick?
idea, though. I love it.
I just want to point out that the opportunities with this number, like texting these images, is endless. Like I came up with one that if your clients are going to write a contract, you take that quick picture and then you can text this number. Some of the other ways to use this in your business: for sale by owners, expireds. One of the things that they always say is, what are you going to do different? What is it about you that would even make me consider hiring you? Think about it this way. The speed of real estate is the fastest it's ever moved, right? People expect instantaneous results. They want things to go as fast as possible. How would it be if you asked the client, say, hey, why don't you walk out here with me to the front of your house? You snap a photo, you text it to this number, and this comes back and say, have you ever seen marketing move this fast? You know, there's a reason that our agents, our company, we achieve results that are unheard of or unprecedented. You can just point to this. We're able to get your home, your photo, whatever it is, in over 200 marketing pieces in less than 45 seconds. You know, what's that plumber quote? You know, a plumber comes in, like a guy tries to fix his sink and he's like, oh, it's $300. Oh, I can do it myself. And he keeps trying, The plumber comes out, does it in 10 seconds and says, that'll be $300. He goes, I'm not paying you $300 for 10 seconds. And he says, you're not paying me $300 for 10 seconds. You're paying me $300 for the 30 years for me to know what to do to fix it in 10 seconds. So the value we're showing as an agent is, you're not paying me for the fact that I know how to make a flyer. You're paying me that I can make flyers in 45 seconds and move this business, move at the speed that this business requires. It's kind of like that value proposition. How long would it take the average for sale by owner to create this sign? You know, they'll head down to their Office Depot, they'll hire somebody on Fiverr or on the internet. It's 2 weeks before they can get a just listed, and then they don't even know what to do with it. This is where we can show the difference.
Exactly. So now I want to transition over to, let's see, new share.
I have a quick question before you transition, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Can you add, so I see where it's like, it's got like the PMC logo. If you have your own custom logo, how can you get that added to these, or can you?
Automatically, there isn't an option yet. You could take this into Canva to add your own logo on there. But I would say that if you're posting this on your Facebook and your Instagram, so it'll already have your headshot next to it. So if you're, you know, so I know a lot of agents will add their photo, their own personal headshot over the image, and it's already there. So to me, it's a little redundant. So if that's what, the same thing with your logo, if you have it as your main image on social media, then I would encourage you not to, because it's already, your brand is already showing up in that way. If you did want to go ahead and still do it, you could upload this onto canva.com, and that's a free website. Has anybody ever heard of Canva?
I would also say, if you really want to have it done all the time, like if this is something you're going to do often, Ramona, have Voltaire make you a bottom, it's not a header, but like a footer. There we go. Hey, I'll be here all day. A footer that actually says exactly what you want with your headshot and the words that you would use. Because if he makes it once, then you just download the image and add it on Canva, and it'll only take you about 45 seconds because Canva's free with your own photos.
Yes, so you can upload it to Canva, and like Nick said, Canva is free service. They definitely have an upgraded or paid version. Honestly, I don't ever anticipate any agent actually needing it, because all their fee features are exactly what you guys would want and need. So then, let's see, I'm gonna go back to my. Okay, so these are two examples that I've had, just like we've been over. We have the just listed, just sold. I want to transition into, so now that you've saved the image and there's like a little download button on that website that I was just on. And so you click on that and you save it to either your phone or to your computer. And then from there, you'll want to upload it to Facebook or Instagram like you normally would. But I think just as important as having a great picture with a great template to share, you have to have a really great caption to go along with it. It's not just one or the other. So when you guys are writing your captions, you're going to want to make sure that you're grabbing the reader's attention, that you're being informative, and it's easy to read and comprehend. So people have really short attention spans, especially when they're on social media. You have maybe, a fraction of a second to grab their attention. If not, they're on to the next post, right? So what I always like to say is, make sure that it's really easy to read. The minute that they look at it, they know what's going on, right? What you're advertising an open house, a just listed, where it's at, all that information that they need is just quickly and easily accessible to them before they move on to the next post. And hopefully you hook them in and they finish reading it. So this is one of my favorite templates that I use, and feel free to copy this and use as your own. We do the just listed, and then I give the street address, the number of beds, baths, square footage. If you want to include the price, you can include it there. And then I like to list 3 different reasons why you'll love this home, right? So for this example, I say it has a large backyard with your family and friends, your fur friends can enjoy, a home office perfect for working from home or distant learning, and walking distance to downtown restaurants and shops. So whatever the 3 things that are the main highlights of that home is what I would share on there, instead of giving that really long description that you usually enter on MetroList. You make this easy, fast. So if I just glance at it, I know it's just listed. I know that it's interlock. I know the number of beds. And then if I'm interested, I can read, the main things to get me to click onto the listing page so that I can find out more information. Does that make sense? Is there any other questions as far
Quick
as?
question on this, Alondra. Do you have this in a template that you could email to people so they don't have to try to recreate all the emojis?
Yes, I do. Let's see. I can send it in the chat as well. Let me work on that.
Because kind of like Agent Icon, we sometimes overthink what we have to do in saying, and if we have it ready to go, where we just have to enter the 3 factors and we can change our own emojis if need be, and then you can change just listed to just sold or under contract, whatever you have to do. But in that sense, you have the ability, you already have the post, because consistency also is what we've been talking about as one of the most important things.
Exactly. So I just shared that into the chat. Feel free to copy and paste that. Normally what I do is I have a sticky note on my desktop, and that's where I copy and paste it from, and then just update that information every time I'm about to use it. And then I would say if you've never used an emoji in your life, maybe start with 1 instead of using all of them and slowly work your way up there. If you are used to using emojis, and everybody, who any other other social media posts are also filled with emojis, then you're fine. But, make sure that you take, steps towards that if you haven't already used any. Okay. So then as far as Agent Icon, we've covered as getting those images, downloading them, sharing onto social media. Does anybody have any questions about that? Nope. Okay. So I know it was mentioned earlier this call about the emails, right? So here is what that email looks like. Can everybody see that okay?
Mhm.
So everybody should be getting this email. It has the same subject line, your daily social media content to post. And it looks like this. So we have the image of the day here. And then we have a download button. If you didn't want to use this image, you can go ahead and visit their library for all of their images, and you can pick a different one. At the bottom of every email are 3 news articles. The first one's going to be a business or real estate related article. The second one's a good news story to share, because we can all use a good story, right? Especially with all the negative news that's constantly being shared. So something positive is always something that I look forward to. And then there's also a daily tech tip. So this one is how to speed up your iPhone by clearing the cache. Here's how. So some of these are going to be related to things that you can post to your social media to help your clients, who have iPhones. Others are just going to help you for real estate to understand maybe a new technology that makes your running your business a lot easier. So what I like to emphasize on this is a really great tool. These images are there, but I would encourage you not to solely rely on this. This isn't just a, here we have a social media plan for you, go ahead and use it, and that's all you have to do, right? This is good filler content. And what I like to say is, like, you'll want to sprinkle it in to your posts on what else you're doing in your real estate business, what else you're doing in your personal life. So like I said, just use this as filler content. Don't rely 100% on just this.
Alondra, this is Ramona. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
And the need to sell your home right below that. Is there a way that I could enter my contact information?
On here, there isn't.
There is.
That
Okay.
would probably be something that you would, if you wanted to add anything over it, you would save this image, and then I'd say take it into Canva. What I would suggest you do is make sure that your profile, whether you're posting this on Instagram or Facebook, already has your contact information and a way for those clients to reach you. And you don't have to post it every single time on there. It's redundant.
Right.
So
and Ramona, the image is part of the reason we put images on social media is they have more stickiness factor. If you just write something, the likelihood that people scroll by without actually saying anything is massively great.
Okay.
If you put up a picture, it stops their attention just enough, then anything you write is going to be above or below it, depending on which platform you're on. And that's what they're going to see. So you can say, need to sell your home. That's where you can write something, I've sold my last 5 houses for an average of 50,000 over list price.
Okay.
Interested? Right? Because what you did is you teased me just enough to make me think I need to call her. The entire purpose of social media is, are you going to force me to act to call you? Right?
Okay.
I want to give you just enough to make you interested, but not so much information that you see yourself out. One of the things I see a lot of agents do on social media, and Alondra can tell me if I'm wrong on this, I see the overshare. Specifically, when you're talking about a property, if you give me a reason not to call you, I'm going to use that as a reason not to call you. The less you share, the more you tease me with it, the more likely I'm going to have to figure out the answer, because my brain won't let me move on.
Yeah. So what I would encourage you to do, and I've seen a lot of agents, it's like, do you, like, going off of what Nick said, do you want to find out how I listed my last 5 properties, for X amount, or sold my last 5 listings for 50 above market value? You message me or contact me, and then just leave it there, because they're already going to know how to find your information. They can either DM you if they're on Instagram, they can Facebook message you, they can give you a call. They'll have that, they have access to that information already. So what I would say is give them enough, like Nick said, enough reason to give you a call without having to give your phone number on there. Because even if you give their phone number on there, it's not going to, they're still going to have to write it down, and enter it onto their phone. And that's just way too many steps for someone. And what social media does, like if you pull up your Facebook profile on your phone and then click on that, your phone number, it's going to automatically dial. They don't have to type in any numbers. They don't have to write it down. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, so I would encourage you to make sure that all that information is accurate so that when they do seek to find you, it's going to be there automatically for them. And also, like if you are posting this, if you're adding the same, here's my phone number on every single one, it's going to look like it very repetitive and going to look like the same image over and over and over again for your followers.
Okay, thanks.
So going back to posting these on your social media, use them as filler content. I know they have a lot of different ones for the holidays. So if something that you wanted to do is save those and then schedule them out for future days. So you don't have to, let's say it was like 4th of July a couple of weeks ago. That's something like if you're already going to be busy that morning, you could have done it a couple of days beforehand and didn't have to, take that time out of your 4th of July.
Can we click on the view more images and just see what they have for Labor Day? Because we're about a month and a half away from that.
Oh, that's perfect. Here, let me do something different on here so I can share. Okay, so let's go ahead and do visit my agent icon images. So this is going to take them to the library. Click here to access content. So this is where their agent icon library lives, right? Has anybody been on here, explored it at all?
I haven't used it much, but I've, been in there.
Okay. Unfortunately, there isn't a search option. So it might take me a minute or two to find the Labor Day one. I think they are towards the end. So we have Flag Day, 4th of July, Merry Christmas. Easter, Labor Day.
I say we send Happy Donut Day or National Donut Day out every week. Maybe on Fridays should be National Donut Day every Friday.
So I'm gonna go ahead and download this image.
We can co-opt that with a local donut shop.
Mr. T's for life.
And then
Just about to say Mr. T's always.
exactly. Okay, so
I recommend a blind taste test. Just saying.
okay, so I'm on my Facebook business page. If I'm gonna schedule this out, I think this is giving me the viewer, different view.
September 6th, by the way, if you're actually going to schedule it, Alondra.
Okay, where is my account? Why can't I not see it? And I'm not blind, right? It's not on here. That's interesting. I'll just go ahead and do it off of PMZs. I have a fake test account that I use for things like this, but I couldn't find it. So then we're going to go into, this is the business page. We're going to click into Creator Studio because that's how Facebook has updated their whole posting and scheduling section. So now we're going to go to, we're in the Creator Studio, create a new post, create post. And yours might look a little different because Facebook's still rolling out the new platform. So, but it's usually going to be the same steps. Then we're going to go ahead and click on add photo. Saved it to my desktop. So now we have that image here. I'm just gonna say happy Labor Day. I would encourage you to spend more time on this. Happy Labor Day. And then we can, there's a bunch of different options that we have on here, but the one that we are going to focus on is here where we're going to schedule it out. Nick, you said it was September 6th. So wait, this is not it. Sorry. We're going to ignore that. I'm so sorry. So we're going to click on, does everybody see this like publish and then the little drop down arrow? We're going to click on that drop down arrow and click schedule post. So then from here, we're going to select September 6th. I'm going to say I want this to be posted at 8:25 and then go ahead and click save. And now that that's done, I'm going to click schedule post, and then that's going to move into our schedule posts that we have.
So you can do that ahead of time, huh?
Yes.
Schedule.
Yeah,
Yes.
so on your business page, if you take like one Sunday, you can schedule every single holiday post out. So that way you don't have to worry about it and you're not overthinking what you do on social media on each holiday. I highly recommend doing this. That way we're not trying to figure out, oh no, it's July 4th. I mean, you want to spend time with your family on Labor Day. That's kind of the point. So don't worry about making a post.
And this is something that you can use in your as your social media strategy for, not just holidays, but for every day. Maybe there's, a day of the week that's maybe the slowest or that you have open. It could be like Monday mornings when you sit down and then you go ahead and plan all your posts for that week, right? Or for the next 2 weeks, whatever works for you. I feel like it's easiest, like once the hardest part is doing that first post. Once you do that first one, second, third, and fourth are going to come out a lot easier and faster because you're already in that mindset, you're already in that headspace of doing them. So it's going to save you so much time versus, oh, it's Monday, I have to post something, and then Tuesday comes and maybe something's happened unexpectedly, you got a call, you have to run here or there, and then it's Tuesday 9 o'clock at night and you didn't post for the day, right? So you can go ahead and schedule that out so that it helps with consistency, because consistency with social media is key. So I also wanted to share, so we do have this, the articles down here, right? And I know I said rely on, like, sprinkle this in and use filler content because you really want to show up as yourself in on social media, right? You want to be social. You want to let, everything that you're communicating really sound like it's coming from you. So a really great tip for these articles is to actually rephrase this so that it's coming from you. And what I mean by that is, let's say there's this news story, most popular listing terms emphasizes roominess. Maybe this is not the best one, but you could read an article about how the real estate market is doing. Maybe it's like a finance tip, or we can do it on, speeding up your iPhone, and you can record a video of yourself saying these things, right? So maybe you touch on the article's 3 main points and you share a quick 60-90 second video about it. You link the article on there, and that way that's really great for you to have that content, but you're repurposing it so that it's coming from you and you're being personable on your social media. Does that make sense to everybody? Do you understand why that's important? Because if it's coming from you, they're most likely going to stop, pay attention, watch that video versus clicking on that article and reading that information.
As long as I don't have to cite my source and worry about any kind of legal ramifications of trademark infringements on somebody.
So what I would do is, record yourself, say, hey, I came across this article. I know this is a hot topic right now. And then, say your video, summarize the article. And then once you've posted it, maybe in the comment section is like, if you want more information, or here's a little article that I referred to, so that you're sharing it on there and you're not taking all that credit for yourself. Does that make sense? And then for like if you were doing it on the tech tip, I would record yourself actually doing the tip and saying, giving that walking through the process so that say, hey, this is super easy. I didn't know about this. My phone's been super slow. And then, give an update that, yes, it's definitely helped. Is there anything else that you want to touch base on, Nick, as far as the emails go?
Well, I was going to say, I didn't even know I could clear my iPhone's cache. So I'm going to actually go to my email from this morning and watch that video. I always make the joke that when a new iPhone's coming out, that they purposely break my phone. I didn't know I could actually make it run faster.
Yeah, I'm really good about closing all those apps every day and then closing, sometimes like if I'm on
Oh, is
Safari.
that clearing the cache is just closing apps?
No,
Oh,
no. So anytime that you visit a website, it's gonna grab those images that were on that website, and that's what your cache, and it stores it so that the next time you visit that page, it loads up faster, but that takes room and
my phone
storage.
did that.
Yeah, and your computers do the same thing.
Yeah.
So you'll find if you're slowing down or something's not working, it's probably your cookies and cache. So I'm sure that everybody's heard that before, maybe or maybe not. Okay. So last thing that we
Is
wanted to,
anybody else hearing a pulsing sound? Or
I
no, it just
am.
went away.
I
Oh, it
think
just went
was
away.
Juan's phone ringing.
Oh,
I didn't hear anything. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna go to the contest, Nick. Okay, so we really want to make sure that you guys use Agent Icon because we believe it's a great tool for your social media, that we're going to be doing a contest. Nick, do you want to go over the rules?
You could do the rules. I'll show it.
Okay, so we have does everybody know what a ring stand light is?
I don't.
I do.
It's this image here, and Nick's going to show it on camera. So we're actually going to be giving one of these away. So what it does, it gives you have the light turned on and you put your phone on there so you can record yourself. Like I just said, for those, videos that you'll be sharing, and it makes it easier for you to like pause and start, and then it gives you good lighting effect.
Well, I'll show you. I use one. Actually, there's one on right now. And on my laptop, I have all the lights on in the office, the windows open, and watch what happens to my face when I turn it off.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Good difference.
So what this does is, and it's also done by Bluetooth, it works really, really well. It just removes another obstacle of actually making videos, but you don't have to use it just for making videos. You can use it for Zooms, for classes, distance learning, things like that. But it also just has a quick little easy button. You just press right here and it'll actually do it for you right away. And then when you're done, you press the button. That way there's no awkward cutting the video of you walking back and forth to turn it off.
So it makes it even easier to record videos. Oh, Maria said that it's the 21st, so it's the 22nd.
Oh,
The 22nd.
I'm gonna edit it right now. There we go.
Thanks, Maria, for pointing that out. So do 3 Agent Icon related posts by next Thursday. Email them, you do screenshots and email them to marketing@pmz.com. In the subject line, just say, Agent Icon contest. And then next Thursday, Nick and myself will be announcing the winner. So there's not a Tipsy Thursday next week, but we're going to be sending out an email announcing the winner.
Yep. It's just, we appreciate how many people have participated in this. Like last Tipsy Thursday, I think we had 10 in attendance and over 70 people watching it. And I think it's really good that we get to start using some of the tools we have here at the office as best as possible. What better way to help us out by giving you something to make it a little bit easier for your social media and all your videos with Agent Icon than giving this away.
Alrighty, so go ahead and get started on posting this social media post. And, I would love to hear all that feedback that you're getting as you're being more active on social media. And if you have any more questions as far as like how to, like, what's the best strategy going into your social media and creating a strategic plan for it, how to maintain it, be consistent in all those questions. I'm actually going to be teaching a social media class at 9 at the end of this month. I believe it's the 28th, right, Nick? Let me double check that right now.
This and look at the
Yeah,
schedule.
so the July 28th at 10:30, I'll be at PMZ 9 at the Carpenter office. And then I give a whole, I think it's like a one hour class on social media. And it's most about how to approach it and what you should be posting in times of day and all that stuff.
When are you going to be there?
That's Wednesday, July 28th at 10:30.
I'll be in Lake Tahoe,
Oh,
Alondra.
that sounds like fun. I wish I was going to be in Lake Tahoe. I also, if you also just can't make it to that class and you want to create a business page, you don't already have one, or want to, take your social media strategy to the next level, you can send me an email and we can meet one-on-one, and I can help you and do like one-on-one on how to post, what you should be posting, all that good stuff. Okay. Is there any other questions that we can answer as far as Agent Icon, social media?
Or any of the topics we've covered, from CRM to buy side to all of this. We really appreciate all the support the last few weeks, and hopefully it's of good help. And if you run into questions, we're here to always help you. So any question, open table.
Crickets. Anything you wish that we would answer or go over, or a subject that you want us to talk about?
Tipsy Thursdays.
For future Tipsy Thursdays, something that you want to learn more about.
Going even more in depth into the CRM stuff like we were doing last week would be great. But I just have to say, this is some of the best training that I've received since starting at PMZ. So thank you guys.
Oh, that's awesome. That makes me really happy. I'm actually really passionate about this Tipsy Thursday. I think it's so much fun. And I think that Nick and myself are a really great team as far as like teaching you what the tools are, but also how to use them in real life.
No, this is great. This is the first one, although I intended to attend all of them, and I know I've got the recording.
Mhm.
But for the Orangeburg office, it kind of interferes sometimes with the Thursday morning meeting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be every other Tipsy Thursday that interferes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing for me. I know today I didn't go on the tour, to be able to log into this, but that's the only issue here. But
Yeah,
I enjoyed, I learned quite a bit from it. And I do need, this type of training a lot.
I think it's just good to stay top of mind too, because I think we have so many that it's hard to remember all of them and then
Yeah.
how to use all of them. So I think it's a great idea to have this year round.
It's just so much coming at us in terms of social media. And for those of us that are not too knowledgeable about it, it gets to be a little bit overwhelming. And then when you do try to do something, there's always the fear of, okay, am I doing it right? And how is it going to come across? And, what is it going to look like? And then you end up second guessing yourself and sometimes not doing it. So this is great training. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
That's the last thing we want you to do, is to second guess yourself and just not do it.
I know.
Which is why one of scheduling posts like this, you can get in the frame of mind and then set it and forget it. What was that, like cooking appliance? Set it and forget it. That I can't even remember, Ronco or something. It's kind of what you want to do with some of your social media strategies, is just to do it and then interact after they comment, but don't overthink it, because if you're overthinking it, then it's not genuinely you. And that's really what people are going to respond to, is
Right.
you. So if it's something that you thought was funny, put it out there, because if you think it's funny, people like you are going to think it's funny as well.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say something and I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
And don't take interactions personally. I think that's one of the biggest things I found. If somebody doesn't get enough likes or enough comments, they're like, well, it wasn't even worth it. You don't know how many people either read it or saw it that liked it and didn't do anything about it. Just keep consistent. That's like execution, and consistency is the most important thing.
Exactly. And I think the key point is to do it. just, and I know for myself, sometimes it's like, oh, it has to be done perfectly right from the start, in order for me to do it. And that fear of like, oh, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know, if I can do this better. It's not perfect. I can't post it. I think the most important thing is just, be consistent, start doing it and posting it, and you will grow and you will learn more as you're doing it. And that's the important part. The more you do, the more you learn, and the better your social media is going to be. Okay. Well, I think we're good. If we'll go ahead and end early if there's any other questions, and then we'll see you back here August 5th, because that's the first Thursday of the month.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you for joining
Thanks,
us.
everyone.
Have a great day.